How's it going, guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives Ultimate action figure. This figure was released in 2018, maybe 2019 if I'm not mistaken. It's depicting obviously the Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason, who was played by DJ Graham. This figure I actually picked up from a fellow toy collector from one of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of. So huge shout out to them. They were selling it at a great price, so I just had to pick it up. And also, coincidentally, this is the first Friday the 13th film I ever watched as a kid, or at least that I remember watching as a kid. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Jason 7, The New Blood, obviously with Kane Hodder, but I also have fond memories of this one. This is also one of my favorite Jasons too. Let's go ahead and get a quick look around the box. We'll get it opened up and get a better look at the figure. So for starters, guys, I really dig the cover art for this figure. I like the hockey mask with the highlight in the back. You see the silhouette of the mask. The awesome tombstone says Jason Lives Friday the 13th Part 6. On the side, we have the Friday the 13th logo, Jason Lives, NECA Real Toys. On the back, we have Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives logo, a little write-up, and then some photoshots of the figure. On the other side, we have the same Friday the 13th Part 6 logo, Jason Lives, NECA Real Toys. We get the window box. Got a full profile shot of the figure there. And then there's the figure in all its glory. And it has a lot of cool accessories. So let's go ahead and get right to it, guys. Open it up and get a better look at the figure. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead and get right to it. So for starters, I have to say I really dig the look of this figure. Yeah, the face looks really gnarly, and even the overall mold is really nice. I don't know if you can tell there in the belt buckle, it's got some really cool like holes there, like silver holes, and the little, I guess, where it clips on, and then the little pouch there. Again, I think NECA did a really good job on this one. I really dig the head sculpt. Really looks like the one from the film. Yeah, looks really cool. Love the detail, man. It looks really crazy, really gnarly. So with that, with the head sculpt, head does rotate all the way around. Has a nice head tilt, not too bad. Does look down a little bit. Not too much up, looks kind of like even there. As for the arm articulation, arm does come up almost about 90 degrees. Yeah, actually about 90 degrees. Does rotate all the way around. Does have a single joint in the elbow, and there is rotation, it seems, in the elbow. Yep. As for the wrist does rotate all the way around. Doesn't seem to have too much in the way of articulation back and forth. It has a little bit, but I think the glove, the gardening glove that he has, and I have to say, not to go out too much off a tangent, but I think it's interesting that this version of Jason has gardening gloves, which is interesting. So as for the other arm does come up almost about 90 degrees. Arm does rotate all the way around. Does have a single joint in the elbow, and has rotation in the elbow. Again, wrist does rotate all the way around, and does have a nice, well, not too much, but has a decent swivel in and out. As for the torso, does have some rotation, not too much. More than likely because of the mold here with the I guess the belt with all the accessories, which we'll get to that. I think that NECA did a great job on this. I love the coloring on that. Even the shirt, I mean, you could see some, I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough, but you have some like blood splatter there and stuff like that. And yeah, just really digging the figure overall so far. I really love the look of this. As for the leg articulation, leg does come up pretty well. Does go back not too much. Has a single joint in the knee. Looks like he can do the splits. Does have rotation in the knee, which is pretty smooth. Not too much. I would imagine the foot can rotate, but due to the mold in the pants down here, I don't think I don't think that's possible. I mean, maybe you could force it, but then you probably have some issues there. Foot doesn't go back and forth too much, and has a little bit of an ankle rocker, not too much. As for the other leg, same thing. Does come up, not as much, more than likely because of the pouch here. Does go back, again, not too much. Does have a single joint in the knee. Has rotation in the knee. And again, there's I guess you could almost have him do the splits, but the pouches here hinder that movement. And again, I would imagine foot could rotate all the way around except for the mold on the pants here. So again, a little bit of an ankle rocker, not too much, and not too much back and forth. But beyond that, like I was saying, I really dig the attention to detail that NECA put into this figure. For it being that old of a figure, and mind you, they do have a re-release for this figure. I believe it was re-released back in 2020, maybe 2021. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But yeah, really solid figure, guys. So let's go ahead and get him off to the side and get a better look at his accessories. So for starters, guys, he does come with one extra hand. It's a gloved hand, or I still think it's funny, garden gloved hand. It's a gripping hand, so it's obviously for one of the accessories. I have to say I really like the attention to detail here. I love the coloring and the weathering. NECA did a great job with this figure. I mean, really nice. Made it look gritty, dirty, and stuff like that. So up next, guys, he comes with a fence post, which I thought it was interesting. Love the coloring on this. Love the detail. You see the spike there at the very top, and it has that like sort of a weathered coloring on it. Really dig that. The interesting thing is it actually is detached. So if you could see there's a little hole there. There's a little peg there. You just basically pop it right in, and then you have the full fence post. I like the little added detail there at the end, how it was stuck in the actual wall and he pulled it out. Again, really solid piece. I would be very careful with this because it does feel a little flimsy, and also you don't want to break this little peg because it is kind of small. So again, guys, huge shout out to NECA for their accessories. Comes with a hunting knife, almost like a Rambo knife. Really dig the detail on this. The coloring is really nice. The handle looks a bit off to me, in my opinion. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I don't know if right there it looks a little off, but maybe it's just me. But I really dig the color on this, that really bright silver, and even at the bottom there, that little bit of silver or chrome that they did. Really nice. I wish they would have maybe given it a little bit of like a wash, like it's been used or dirty, but really solid, guys. The other cool thing is it does go into his pouch here, or hilt, sheath, or whatever you want to call it. So it is functioning. It does go into there. And what's Jason without his trusty machete, guys? So again, really dig the level of detail that NECA puts into these. You can see the little rivets there, and the coloring, again, I have to give it to NECA. It looks really nice. It's like bright and shiny. Looks like it hasn't been used. Again, I wish they would have done sort of like a wash, like it had been, like maybe some dried blood or something like that. But still, overall, I think it's a really solid piece. I really dig these accessories with these figures. And as I mentioned before with the knife, he does have a holster here. So you just have to make sure you put it in the right way, and then it just slides in like that. So really solid, guys. Again, I really dig that NECA does stuff like this. Up next, guys, he doesn't come with a head sculpt or anything, but he does come with a removable mask. So I thought this was pretty cool. I love the detail on this. Really nice. I think it's kind of interesting. It has a bit of a like sort of like a gloss over it, like a shiny gloss. Not a deal breaker or anything. I thought that was just kind of interesting how they would do that. I like how it has a little slit up there from where it's like cracked, or from the previous films where he got hacked in the head. But really nice. Again, all you have to do is just from the back. This is also a soft plastic, so be very careful with this. But it'll just hook onto his head like that, and then you have him in his iconic hockey mask. So again, guys, not a deal breaker that it's not a different head sculpt. I mean, as long as you get the mask, and it's pretty solid, I would say. Again, NECA knocks it out of the park with these figures. And finally, guys, probably my favorite accessory of the group is this tombstone. Really dig the attention to detail. As you can see, it says Jason Voorhees. If you remember the film or recall the film, they go to Jason's grave, Tommy Jarvis does, and he digs Jason up to confirm Jason is dead. And yeah, and if you've seen the film, then you know from there. But as for the accessory itself, it's pretty solid. I really dig it, but I really dig the wear here that NECA put on this. And you see the crack there. I mean, just I mean, it looks like stone. It's really, really good. I really dig this accessory. Not much to it. I mean, just the weathering and the coloring looks really, really solid. And finally, guys, for a size comparison, I wanted to bring in my Jason 7 Kane Hodder Jason, my favorite Jason, as well as my favorite Jason film. It wasn't the first one I saw, like I said. 6 was the first one I saw as a kid, but this one is definitely my favorite. I just wanted to kind of give a size comparison as well as the looks, the different looks of Jason. Obviously, this is a more zombie, decrepit Jason, which is, I love this design. But this one was really cool too, and I think NECA did a bang-up job on this one as well. They really killed it with this one, and they did a great job with this one. So, super excited to have this one as a part of my collection now. That about wraps it up for this video, guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the figure. Are you a fan of the Friday the 13th film franchise? Which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite? As I mentioned previously and several times in this video, Jason 7 is my favorite Jason film. It wasn't my first one, as I said. 6 was my first one that I had ever seen. But I'm a huge fan of the Friday the 13th film franchise. Other than maybe Jason Goes to Hell, I'm not a big fan of that one. But beyond that, all the other ones, even Jason Takes Manhattan, I think is better than Jason Goes to Hell, but that's just me. Beyond that, if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, thanks again for coming back and for the continued support. I really, really appreciate it. It being Friday the 13th, I did want to do, obviously, Jason. So, something Jason related. So, beyond that, I hope you all have a safe and happy Friday the 13th. Are y'all going to be watching any Friday the 13th films? Or which are your go-tos for Friday the 13th? Again, comment down below and let me know. Until then, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy and have a good one.